Welcome, Crows Covered Tribe. This is your 2022 Eastern Astrological forecast for rabbits. Rabbits are those born in the years 1951, 1963, 1975, 1987, 1999, and 2011. Rabbit, this year is going to be all about who you know, not what you know, making your network more vibrant than it has been in the past. You have a fantastic auspicious star sitting in your destiny palace this year, the sun. And with that, it is the nobleman star. You have the salty pool star, you have the peach blossom star. And these represent fast flings and moments of deep, deep enjoyment. Unfortunately, you also have an inauspicious star, the sky emptiness star, sitting in your destiny palace, where your promises this year may be empty and you might get called out on that. Your source energy is the precious light star. This is important because this gives you a chance to lead others into new forms of spirituality and spiritual wisdom. You have frequently been a guardian for those who cannot find their way, or one who holds up the torch so that others might see their path. This year will highlight that prominently. And you must be very careful because in doing that, you draw a lot of attention, both positive and negative, to yourself. A very wise friend of mine was explaining that this year, rabbits have to look out for traps that have been made for them by others. You know, someone digs a hole for the rabbit to jump into and then not be able to jump out of. So be very, very careful. You have a lot of love and you try to protect a lot of people. I'm frequently reminded of one of my favorite Hollywood rabbits, Angelina Jolie, who has done a lot of good for multiple communities, for many children, and for many of her friends. She might not always be well understood. There's lots of haters who say a lot of terrible things about her, but at her core, she is a very decent person. This is the truth for you, Rabbit. You have a lot of people who dislike you, but at your core, you are decent and you want to see goodness done in the world. Your focus is always on family. Family is the most important thing to you. But for you to have a stable family, you must also make yourself stable and mindful. You'll be meeting lots of interesting people this year. They'll be coming to you with different sorts of propositions. So you have lots of choices this year, financially, educationally, romantically. It could be a very profitable year and it could be a very exciting year for you. 2022 also marks the last year of your 12-year cycle. That means next year you will be the Taisoi, the Grand Duke. This is the year for you to let go of whatever you don't want to take with you into your new cycle. This is the year for you to relinquish whatever no longer serves you, because you don't need that baggage coming with you when you're the Grand Duke, making the most important choices for your next 12-year cycle. Think about cleaning out any old storage units or closets, selling off or giving away things that you don't want, letting go of personal blocks through intense introspection and maybe some talk therapy. You could just journal and then burn the journal when you're done. Whatever it takes, you have to start letting go of what's no longer serving you, because next year is going to be an extremely important year for you, Rabbit. I would also recommend that you pick up a new hobby for stress relief, something that's pleasant. It doesn't have to be productive. I'd say maybe learn a new musical instrument or perhaps even a style of dance, something that's just for pleasure. It doesn't have to be constructive. It can just be pleasant. It can just be enjoyable to you. In 2022, others, those you find around you, interacting with you, talking to you, will act as your mirrors. And so you need to think about what sort of advice you would give to the people in your sphere and then follow that advice. Think about your heart and be careful. Guard it and make sure that you're loyal to the people who want to guard it for you. You have a lot of individuals who are just coming after your resources. And the lover in you wants to give them what they want, but you have to apply some common sense. Look for the allies who are the most obvious and think about forging stronger relationships with them because they mean the best for you. They might know more how to protect you than you know how to protect yourself. This is the year of great personal understanding, and I highly recommend you take advantage of it by relinquishing what doesn't serve you, collecting what does, and nurturing those things that will aid you in the future yet to come. Until next time, have a wonderful 2022, Rabbit.